Hello everyone and welcome to the very first episode of Queen's Park for Life. I'm your host, Glenn Marshall, and on the show we'll be keeping you informed with everything going on in Queen's Park Football Club throughout the 2022 season. And what better way to kick things off than starting at the top and having club president and women's head coach Leeann Duston on. Leeann, how you doing?
Good, thanks Glenn. Yep, it's a pleasure to be here for our first year of doing this. It's a really good initiative. Yeah, looking forward to watching all your shows throughout the season.
Oh, I'm looking forward to editing. So just tell us a bit about yourself, Leeann, and sort of your role throughout the club.
Yeah, so I probably started football back in 2010 after leaving netball. Just wanted a different challenge. Joined the women's side here and really in love. Really enjoyed the environment here and the sport, and then just grew. I then decided to join the committee to help out, and from there, Alistair, our old club president, had to leave town, so I stepped up into the role, and yeah, it's been a challenging role, but also you get a lot of enjoyment out of it as well. And yeah, that's pretty much it. What
do you find most challenging about being president?
Most challenging.
Other than dealing with Chris Pearson.
I've got a couple of things really. Like public speaking, like this is quite high up there. However, the most challenging would be being responsible for other people's actions and behaviours, and just the processes of all that and disciplinaries and dealing with all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Wouldn't know anything about that.
No, you wouldn't.
So how are yourself and the committee looking to grow the club this year? Obviously we're entering into the Dunedin League, so what's sort of the plan forward, steps forward?
So yeah, the plan forward, obviously our first year back into the Southern League is a huge step, but we've been looking to progress to do that for a number of years, just with building our youth through into the seniors and getting the quality of players and stuff. And just to keep doing that, I think is the key plan for our club, is to just concentrate on the youth, get them through and upskill everyone, for coaches and stuff as well, and just having a strong committee and all the support from everyone.
Yeah, so obviously Dion is running an academy, isn't he? How's that been going?
Yeah, Dion Cameron has been running his QP Academy throughout the summer season and stuff, and he's done it for a couple of times now, and he's brought on a few young players, and there's a lot of skill there, and just his coaching and everything about what he's doing in that academy is a really good initiative, and it's good for it to be part of our club as well. Yep.
So what in your opinion separates Queen's Park from all the other clubs in Southland, apart from all the trophies obviously?
I think it's our growth, as I was just mentioned in the previous question with our juniors. You've got to keep your juniors coming through every season and keeping them together and having some good quality coaches around them and the support to grow them into senior competitions. And also with our all-girls teams that we brought in a few years ago, and the progress of that and seeing what that's going to achieve in a couple of years as well is going to be a key thing, and that separates us, I think, from the other clubs as well. It's
quite often not about numbers with juniors as well, isn't it?
No.
It's sometimes better to have quality with quality coaching than having 500 kids with no one to coach it, aren't you?
Yeah, exactly. You need to limit to obviously a certain amount, because you need the coaches. You can't just rely on someone's parent coming in just to do it because you can't find the coaches to do it. But then we do have the support as well, obviously with Southland Football and Football South doing the coaches courses and stuff like that, so you can put people through that. And we also tend to use our players to do that as well and help coach with our junior teams, yeah. Which kids love seeing senior players coming down and helping them as well.
Oh, exactly. It's brilliant when you've got kids being coached by players who they might be watching on a Saturday afternoon, especially this year at the top level in Dunedin. So,
yeah.
4 league titles in 5 years with the women. How hard is it to sort of keep that amount of success going?
Very hard. It's very challenging every season really, because you tend to lose a few players and generally a few key players every season generally. This year alone, I think I lost at least 8 to 9 players, just due to leaving town or universities and stuff like that. So rebuilding a team just about every second season is challenging, and it is hard to keep the success up, but you keep your patience, you keep there, you keep finding more players, and you eventually get there.
Yeah, that's one thing we've been lucky with, haven't we? We've sort of found players over the years, just sort of moved down, come from nowhere, and just seem to join up, and they always seem to strengthen the team, don't they?
Yes, yeah, we always get a few people just moving down from other areas, regions, and they kind of just slot into our club quite nicely, and it does fill that gap within our spaces and our women's team, which is really good.
So you also played and captained the team for a while.
Yes, yep.
And it wasn't always trophies galore, was it?
No, definitely it wasn't. When I first started out, it definitely wasn't. We had one women's team in the comp the first year I played. And yeah, we used to get a few hidings, obviously. I don't know if you'd call them football scores in the competition down here, but we never gave up. At one stage, we had a couple of teams in our women's competition down here, and we just keep going.
So who are your key players for the women's team this season?
Key players, well, I say every player is a key player, having to rebuild a complete new team again this year. So every player is key to make a team. But key players that will stand out for me this year will be captain Kate Bunting, Nina Shields, Vanessa Hamlin, if her injury allows her to battle through the season, and yeah, just a couple of other younger key ones that have stepped up from the junior space into the seniors. They're all coming through quite good, so yeah.
Brilliant. What sort of prediction do you have for the season for, say, a top men and women's teams?
It's a tricky. So, are you meaning a Southern League team, or yep?
And Donald Gray.
Oh, and Donald Gray.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
We won't panic about Div 2.
Okay, so Southern League, I think the boys have got after seeing a few pre-season games and stuff, I think they've got a really good, they've got a challenge ahead of them, but I don't think they'll finish obviously at the bottom of the table. I think they'll definitely give a few teams up there a run for their money, and be competitive. And yeah, I'm picking they'll be at least a couple of up the ladder there, not bottom 2-3 teams anyway.
Yeah, sort of mid-table.
Yep.
Yeah.
Especially at home games as well, I think they'll do really well.
Should be strong down here.
Yep.
And the women?
The women's team,
Obviously it's tricky to make a prediction when you're the coach.
Yeah, it is,
because
I'd like, yeah, exactly. But yeah, as I said, rebuilding this year, I'm not really sure where we're sitting at the moment, because we're obviously all still in pre-season mode. And based on last year's teams in the competition and not knowing what's actually in the competition this year, I would look at Gore as being maybe right up there with the women's if they still had their same team. And of course, closely followed by us, Queen's Park.
Yeah, fair enough. So definitely aiming for the trophy again.
Oh, I'm definitely aiming for a triple, the first triple for the women. I definitely would like that, but as I said, we are rebuilding, and you don't want to put a lot of pressure onto some of the young girls on the team for first time in the senior football and stuff as well. So
you've been at the club since, when was it?
I think it was 2010 or 2009. Yeah.
If you had to pick a favourite moment of your time so far, what would that be?
It would most likely definitely be the first time our women's team won the Colt Cup.
Yeah.
Obviously we'd been a couple of times before that. I think we were in the top 3, which was good after being beaten quite badly a few times. So that year that we won the Colt Cup was pretty magical moment for me as captain as well. I
think we finished second the year before to Queenstown, didn't we?
Yes, we did. Yep.
And we didn't lose to any home teams.
No, we didn't. Yep. So yeah, it was a pretty good moment.
It was definitely a good party. I remember.
Definitely a good party. And that was when women's football was played on Sundays as well.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
It was a hard Monday.
Yes, it was very.
What are you most looking forward to this season?
This season, I think the most exciting thing is obviously our top men's team going into the Southern League.
Yeah.
Not being part of that at all myself. obviously I'm not going to be able to get along to most of the games with the women's team, but I think that's pretty exciting to see that happen.
Yeah, it is. I think Old Boys in 2013 were the last club to compete in that league. So with the restructure of New Zealand football, I think it's a good thing, isn't it?
It is, and it's a really good thing for a lot of our players in that team as well, because some of them did need that extra challenge than playing the same club teams down here every season, over and over each weekend. So I definitely think it's the right move.
Yeah, and it does give clubs the opportunity to build from the bottom and work their way up into the National League.
Yes, yep.
Actually, I think there's a Russian that's trying to sell a club over in England who's got a few dollars, so if he's interested, Queen's Park's open for you, Roman. We'll have you, mate. Every guest that comes on will compete against each other over 2 challenges. The first being a Who Am I quiz, which will be about a famous footballer, obviously. There will be 5 clues. For every clue, you get 1 guess, and the first clue is worth 50 points, second clue 40, etc., and so on. The second challenge is 5 penalties against me in goal. And there will be targets to hit worth more points. There will be a total of 100 points available for that, which means a possibility of 150 maximum points over 2 challenges. And whichever guest has the most points at the end of the season will get a prize, which I have not sorted yet, but that's okay, we'll get there. Okay, Leeann, for 50 points, who am I? I was born on the 24th of June, 1987 in South America.
Is that it?
That's the first clue.
Crikey. And I'm not even big on football outside of this region, really. Let's go. 1984. So they're clearly younger than me. Let's throw...
Most professional footballers are currently.
Yeah. Yep, thanks. I can't even, let's go out there. Nah, I can't even think of someone.
Any South American footballer. He's born in 87, so he's still playing.
Yeah.
Or she, but I've already ruined it.
I knew you wouldn't go with a female, come on. Nah, you're going to have to throw me a name. Give me the answer.
No, that's fine. If you want to skip that clue, that's fine. We'll move on. Clue number 2. I have won a total of 35 club trophies, all at the same club.
35.
Yep. All with one club.
Doesn't jump clubs, eh? Stays put.
Wow.
Or does he, though? Right.
135 with one.
It's 135 with one. Or do I South American? I don't know. Do we just go with Ronaldo?
No, it is not Ronaldo.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Clue number 3. I hold the record of most goals and the most assists ever in La Liga.
Nah. I'm not going to get this because I don't know many males.
I'm sure you should. You should get this.
Nah, I don't know.
I've won the Ballon d'Or 7 times. A record 7 times.
Oh, what's his mate's name? Fuck, now I've just actually had a mind blank because I'm picturing someone the opposite to Ronaldo. Fuck. Sorry, excuse my language.
Edit that out.
Can I phone a friend?
No, absolutely not.
I can picture him right now. I've just had a mind blank with the name. Nah, I can't do it. Just give me 0.
No, one more clue.
Oh, one more clue. Crikey.
I am Barcelona and Argentina's all-time top goal scorer.
Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to think the name. You know, dark hair. I can picture him. Leonardo Messi.
Not Leonardo.
No, not Leonardo, but come on, it's Messi.
Yeah.
That's all that's on the back of his top. That's all I know him as.
It is Messi, true. That is the most important part. Yeah, well done. So you've earned yourself 10 points there, Leanne.
Could have made it a bit better, but yeah. Okay, thanks.
Yeah, that was pretty bang average.
Yeah.
Well, what do you say we go outside and shoot some pins?
Yep, why not?
Can't do any
Bring on the
worse.
challenge, bring on the challenge.
Okay, so here we are with the first penalty shootout with Leanne. Aim of the game, obviously, to score a goal. The yellow targets are worth 20 points each. The blue targets down the bottom, they're worth 10 points each. If you score the penalty, that's 5 points. And if you miss the goal completely, that's minus 5 points. So let's see what she's made of. Yeah, you've been watching too much, keep it.
Yeah.
Just to make her feel bad, how about we hit one first go? Okay, so after 5 points from the penalties after a relatively shocking effort and 10 points on the last clue for the Who Am I, that gives you a total of 15 points, Leanne.
Wow, I've set the target real high for the rest of the visitors, haven't I?
I have a feeling that won't stay on top of the leaderboard very long.
No, I wouldn't imagine so, no.
Okay, well, that's us for the first episode. We will have game reviews and highlights packages once the season starts, which is in fact this Saturday against University down here at home. Cheers to the Calvin Hotel for their continued support. And yeah, thank you, Leanne, for coming on. I'm sure we'll have you back at some point during the season.
No worries, thank you for having me. Yeah, good luck.
And yes, please like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment about who you'd like to see come on. And remember, guys, Queen's Park for life.